All right. So
Okay. All right.
when you draw your zones, right, you normally put the box area, right? So let's say you are drawing your zone. Let's say you're drawing your zone around this area, right? Is this how you normally put your box?
Yeah.
Is this normally how you put your box?
Yes. Something like that. But I bring it closer to the second. Like I can inbox this small candle.
Yeah.
You see this week, right? This week, the week is sometimes is always outside the box. Sometimes
It's outside the box.
I don't know. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say.
Like,
Like I mean, although like I draw my zones, I draw my box like this sometimes, depending on how the candle forms. If it is weak, I sometimes use the week and just try to cover majority of the week or touchings of the week.
all right, all right. So what I want to show you, right, is when you're drawing your boxes, right? Yes, you can actually do your analysis using the box and everything. However, it's also the same as, how can I say it? Putting your lines, that just using the lines, right? If you were to use a box, right, I would suggest you are drawing using the week only. So let's say this is the week that we're going to be using, right, around this area. Then we will take this box, right, and then we use the week, and then we use the week because that's the area that we are watching, as you can see right here. So if you had your box right here using this week, right, you can see price went down and then it came back and then it almost touched it and then it went down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. However, so what I wanted you to do yesterday was on your boxes, wherever you put your box, right, I want you to put a line on the high, right,
Okay.
and then on the
On the
low
low.
of your box, right.
Okay.
Once you've put your high and the low, then you can experiment. So you are saying when you put your box, right, you put your buy
Yeah.
limit, you put your buy limit right here,
Yeah. Or middle of the box,
or the middle of the box,
depending. Yeah.
depending on what.
Depending on if I realize that the chart, I mean the current chart, the current trend is giving too much weeks, then I'll put it because I know that with weeks it can definitely get to the middle.
Yes. So what we want to concentrate is on you figuring out like which one is the correct line for you to use, right? Like
Yeah.
considering this box that we have right here, right? So the first thing that we're going to use, like when you're drawing your zones properly, right, it's, yes, the box is very much correct, but what you're going to start using is, let's say you're drawing your analysis around this area, right? We're starting from the top, or let's just concentrate on where price is at. If you want to draw our analysis on this area, our levels on this area, we're saying, just give me a second. All right. We are saying we have a high, right here, that price is rejected, and then we are saying we have a low that was created right here, right? So this is our range, right? And then we are also saying
Mm-hmm.
we have a low right here, and then we have a high right here, right? So if you were to draw your boxes, right, it wouldn't make sense, because what you're going to have is you're going to have a box, let's say a box around this area, right? And then let's say a box around this area, right? Another one, let's say another one around this area, right? And then you have another one around this area. You might even want to put another one around this area because there's also a zone here. But then as you can see, it becomes too much, right?
Yeah.
Because now on your box you have a high and a low on your box, so you're using both the high and the low. So imagine you're trying to trade, right, and you have all of these boxes that you are looking out for, so you don't really know what you're doing exactly or what to use exactly to confirm your analysis. So what I would want you to do, right, is you use candlesticks. So yes, we have a high, right? We have a high, we have a low, right? We have a high. You can even say we have a high, right? We have a low right here. So do you understand why I'm putting the zones around these areas?
Yeah, you're using the candles closing.
What did you say?
You're using the candles closing.
Yes, I'm using the candles closing, but do you see the areas that I'm putting them? The lines, like, do you see where I put them?
Yeah, I see.
All right, so we're using the end on the wicks, the closing, but on the wicks. We're not letting our zones cut through the candles. So let's say price comes all the way down here, right? And then it closes exactly the same way this candle did, right? But not below. That would confirm that price didn't close below, it's still above. So if it's still above, then you have a chance of price still ranging around this area or even going higher, right? So there's no confirmation around that area. But what if price was to come and then close below, let's say slightly below, right? Then that means price has created a new low and not this low, right? So the zones are there just to show you what's going on. We're not using them to tell us what to do. They're just showing us the areas that we're looking at, right? So if the zones are only showing us the area that we're looking at, then you are using candlesticks to confirm that zone. All right. So you have to actually say, okay, I have a like, right, you can even say the area that we are at right now. You see this area that price is at right now.
Yeah.
If we were to put our zone on this low, right, and price has been playing around this area only, for us to say, okay, this is a confirmation. Let's say you see this candle right here,
Yeah.
this formation. What would you say is happening right now? Because price has created a low, right? And then you have a candle that closed like this. What would you say price is doing right now?
I would say price is retesting. It rejected the low and it is retesting.
And it's retesting right now, right, for it to go higher because this candle closed bullish and above our previous candles,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
But I would say no to that. I wouldn't say no because I don't know what the market is doing. But what I would say is, you see, market is ranging, right?
Yeah.
So the first thing that you want to check is, do we have high volume or is there low volume in the market? That's the first thing. And how you do that, yeah, people like to use indicators, but you do not need to use indicators. You literally just do, I literally just have my my session breaks, right? So I know where the day started. So you see right now, I know the day started right here, right? But when the day started, we have had 2 4-hour candles, and those 2 4-hour candles have gone nowhere, but they are both bullish. So I know that even though price is ranging, we might have we might have more bullish pressure than selling pressure at the moment. Not high bullish pressure, it's just more than the selling pressure because all of our candles have been bullish. We're not saying, we're not saying that's high bullish pressure. No, we would say maybe price is high bullish pressure in circumstances where market let me show you. You see right here, right? Market
Yeah.
opened with a bullish candle, and then we had another strong bullish candle. You see, this one is bigger than what has happened on these two bullish
Yeah.
candles, right?
Yeah.
And
Yes.
then this, you would definitely say this is a retest. You know why? Because this candle did not close below this candle. That's the opening right here, right? It didn't close below. If it didn't close below, then you're waiting to see what the next candle is going to do, to see if the 1 hour candle is going to close below or not. If the 1 hour candle was the 1 hour candle of this candle, of the new candle, was going to close below, then yes, that would say price might be going down, but it didn't, right? It put back up. So you're using you're telling a story about the candle, right? Because as you can see, price had strong bearish pressure. It went all the way down, right? But instead of closing all the way down, it put back up, right? So that's what you're trying to explain. If price put back up, as you can see, price went all the way down. But instead of closing around this area, what did it do? It put back up, right? So the moment price pulls back up, you're waiting to see, okay, am I going to have another confirmation on the 1 hour time frame, or am I waiting for the next 4 hour candle to close so that price tells me what it's doing? So if you would have waited, right, you would have your signal on this candle right here. This was your signal to now buy, because even the new candle came down and still put back up. So on the 1 hour candle, the candle that put down and still came back to close up would be your confirmation to buy for price to go high, because this already showed you that we had high bullish pressure than bearish pressure. Because if we didn't have bullish pressure, then this candle would have gone down. Now, if I was to tell you this candle was at 9 o'clock, would you believe me?
Sorry?
If I was to tell you that this candle was around the 9 o'clock time, would you believe me? Let's, yeah,
How did you know?
let's check. Let's check what time that was. See, 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock. Clockwork. It's like clockwork. The same candle that's happening right here. 8 o'clock to 12 o'clock. Same candlestick. I can even tell you the same thing around this area. 8 to 12. You see? This area. 8 to 12 also. Do you know how I know that?
Because of the opening of the morning candle.
Oh, yeah, it is the opening of London. It's also because of the opening of London session. However, we study the candlesticks. So the zones, the trend lines like Fibs, Elliott waves, all of those things, right? We're just using it to confirm what we are seeing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. So don't think of the zones as a way of telling you what to do next or telling you what's happening in the market. You are using them to confirm what you are reading on the candlesticks. Is it making sense?
Yeah, it is.
All right. So now
It is.
look back at the area where price is at. Price created a low right here, right? But if price wanted to go, and then we have a range that was created in this area, right? As you can see, we want us to move on to the 1 hour time frame so that the range is much clearer. As you can see, we have a low that was created right here. And I'm pretty sure if you were drawing your box, you draw a box around this area like this. Am I lying?
Yeah, we even draw it from this candle that pushed down, from the bearish candle.
This
Like
bearish,
back.
this
No.
this one.
No.
This one.
The first from this line, from where you started.
This one.
Yeah, then I'll just draw the covering some candles, yeah, like that.
All right. So yes, this is very much correct, right? But instead of putting that box, just put another line around here, right? Like this. So you're not even using this candle. You're using this candle for this zone at the bottom, this low that has been formed. But this one, where your high would be, or where your high of your box would be, right? It's being determined by this candle and this candle. You see what I mean? And this low that has been created. So you're not even using this candle for that. So I think that's like one of the first things that you have to understand about boxes. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
you might have a high and a low, but those high and the low have different things that they are telling you. Now, having this high right here and this low right here, we're saying, okay, maybe prices made is established a low, and then this is a higher low, right? So we're saying maybe price has done that. Or we also have a high, as we said, now this is a range, right? A high around this area,
Yeah.
around this area. So now this is our range. So us knowing that price is opened, when the market opened today, price has been around this area the whole time, right? Tells us that price is
Mhm.
ranging. So this 4-hour candle that we're saying price, it could be telling us that price is pushing higher. It was, yes, there is a chance for that, but it was invalidated the moment it closed in the range. You see this candlestick?
Yeah.
That's what
Yes.
gave us the high of the range, right? But price closed below that range. It closed in the area of the candlestick of the week, right? That invalidates that price might be going
Mhm.
higher. So you wait again.
Going up.
Because if price was going higher, then this candle, if it had enough bullish pressure, this candle would have closed above our range, but it didn't, right? So that's
Yeah.
one thing that that's one thing that we're noticing about it, right? And then the second thing, you're now using your basic knowledge. That candle closed at 8 o'clock, I think, right? If it closed at 8 o'clock, that means London session is about to start. So you wait, because whenever a London session starts, 90% of the time it's going to retest the low or the high of that range. So if price was at the high of the range, it's going to want to retest the low, which it's doing right now. So before it does whatever it does, the opening of London will retest the low and the high. So if you know that, then you're just using your zones to confirm when the candlestick closes, right? So if this candlestick comes all the way and it does not close below this line, then we know, okay, there's a chance the price is coming back to the high of the range. But if this candlestick was to close below this line, right? But it didn't close below this line, then you're waiting. Because if this is a higher low, this is the low that was established, right? If price is going to go
Yeah.
down, it's going to have to close below this low instead,
Mhm.
right? So this candle needs to come all the way and close below this low. Now that's a strong engulfing candle that we can say, okay, maybe price gave us 1, 2,
2,
3.
3.
Exactly. Confirming your analysis. So instead of concentrating on the zones, what you need to concentrate on is understanding your candlesticks, like reading your candlesticks, because that's what gives you more information. These zones, Elliott waves, all of that stuff, right, is just there to confirm, because we already saw the 1, 2, 3 before we said, okay, we have 1, 2, 3. We're just using it to confirm, okay, if this candle closes below here, then yes, maybe it's telling us that we have 1, 2, 3. But if it doesn't, then price might want to come back to hit the order block instead before it goes down. That's if it's going to go down, right? So that's on the 1 hour time frame. Let's look on the 4-hour time frame to say, okay, is price trying to go down or higher? All right. On the 4-hour time frame, what does price look like it's doing? Price looks like it's creating a wedge, falling wedge. It could be a falling wedge, or we could say there was a trend and price broke that trend because we had peak formation that was created.
Yeah, like and I am kind of seeing an inverted kind of head and shoulder.
Exactly. See, we have shoulder, head,
Yeah,
shoulder, right?
shoulder.
So
Yeah.
if we're saying price might be doing that now. Now another thing, candlesticks analysis. These two candlesticks right here, that's a trail runner. Trail runners work very well on gods. If this is a trail runner and price is established a low right here, what you can say this is a pin bar. And on this pin
Yeah.
bar, there is we have 4-hour candles now. four hour
Mm-hmm.
candles now, and none of them have gone below that pin bar. So price might have established a low. So if it has established a low here, then we can expect it maybe it's going to give us another push up, because we also have our peak formation right here. So maybe this is just our way to move price up. And then you have one, possibly two, and this could be our three. Do you understand it now?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, but all of that we're saying, we're seeing that from us reading the candlesticks without any other thing. We're just reading the candlesticks.
Mm.
Do you have any questions?
You see, yeah, I do. I do. The thing is, you see, I totally understand everything that you've explained.
Yeah.
But my problem is once this session is over, yeah, if I try to like do the analysis on myself with this your way, is always confusing. So what I do is I just mark out my zones on the 4 hour, then I just wait for price to do whatever it wants to do, then take. It's like I'm showing trading, because I will just enter the trade on the 1 hour, just let it be right until the low or the high. So I don't
Yeah.
know if you have I want to ask how many years or months did it take you to master this is day trading strategy, right?
Yeah. It took me 4 years.
Yeah, how many? 4 years.
Yes.
Wow.
And I'm
Now I can
self-taught.
see why you are. Wow.
Everything
So
I
I
know.
don't know if you can. I don't know when you. I don't know if you can have a time. Maybe whenever you are less busy. You understand? If you
Yeah.
can just help me to make a video explaining your strategy better,
Yeah, we can have another
because
session
this
tomorrow.
this yeah, my problem is once I am done now, yeah, I will try to mark up charts using your day trading strategy. But along the line, I always get confused and I always forget things. So that is why sometimes I just stick to, like, drawing the zones on the 4 hour, like from the weekly to the 4 hour. Then I take the trades on the 1 hour with demo trade or center accounts.
No, checking the trade, the doing analysis on the weekly to the 4 hour, that's very much correct. But then you need to, if you're going to day trade, you need to add up the 1 hour just to make sure that everything is in line. However, we can try doing another session tomorrow, and then you are going to share your screen so that you show me what you're doing, and then I just correct you.
Oh, okay, okay, that would be better. Maybe with practice, maybe like 2 to 3 practices, then I think I will be able to understand and start practicing more on myself
Yeah, I think what you need
with
to
that.
focus even more on is concentrate where price is at. If you look at let's say our weekly time frame, right? Look where my
Yeah.
lines are. Look where my lines are. They are not anywhere
Mm,
else on the chart, because this is where price is at. If price is going to go higher, it's most likely going to reach this area this week. If price is going to go lower, it's most likely going to reach this week. Not up there, not low there. So you just concentrate where price is at, so that you don't have too many things in your mind. If you concentrate where price is at, it's easier for you to read what the market is telling you. So you always, if day trading is very quite easy, because even if I was to say, okay, now we're looking for a trade, if we go on the daily time frame, right? We start on the daily time frame. If we look at yesterday's candle, it's a pin bar. If it's a pin bar, and we can see that we've on the previous days, price has been respecting this high, then we know, okay, price is higher chances of going lower than higher. So the whole
oh,
day we are looking
yeah,
for
yeah.
sell trades. If we're
It's
looking,
sell.
yeah, for if we're looking for sales, then we go on our 4 hour time frame. Price created a low right here, right? So we're saying, okay, we want to see a
Mm,
candlestick closing below this low for us to sell to at least this target, right? So we wait
yeah.
on the 1 hour for a candlestick to close below our final confirmation, which is this low. The moment price closes below this low, then we know price is going high, it's going lower. Do you see what I mean?
So I want to ask, if you want to take a trade like this now, where will your stop loss be? Because to
So
me, sometimes sometimes there are weeks that can just take you out of trades.
exactly. So if we want to take this trade, let's say this 1 hour candlestick closes below, right? If it's a 1 hour candlestick that closed
Yeah.
below, then there is definitely high chances that price, let's see our 30-minute time frame, there's definitely high chance that price will come back to retest around this area, somewhere around this area, this range, right? So the moment, if it's a 1 hour candlestick that closes below, right, then there's a chance that price, the next 4 hour candle will come all the way up, especially during New York session. Because remember, when a new session opens, it reaches the high or the low. So if New York session opens once price is down, it's gonna want to retest the high for it to go down. So you just wait to see if price is coming all the way up for it to go down. But if it's a 4 hour candle that is closed below, you're gonna have to take the risk. Because now this is still a good risk to reward. You can still sell down here and wait for price to go. But since your stop loss would be a little bit wide on that one, right? Then you just manage the trade. So what you're doing is you're watching, okay, if price does want, if the next 4 hour candle wants to retest, which price normally does retest, but if it's the next 4 hour candle wants to retest, right? But depending on how the 4 hour candle closes, you will know if it's going to retest or not. If it closes very strong, it's not going to retest. If the 1 hour candles are showing that there is a chance of it retesting, you will know. We'll do more candlesticks analysis so that you understand what I'm trying to say. But
Yeah.
if it does close below here and then you sell, but your stop loss all the way up here, then you're just managing that. You know that price has chances of coming back to retest around this area, right? So you're watching to see, or you're watching to see at the 1 hour candlestick closing above this area. If there is no candlestick that's closing above this area, your trade is very much safe, because price will want to retest this high, take out people, and go lower. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Was the
but
moment,
if there's a week, if the week touches it as well, it's still okay, right? If the week, I mean, if the week of the current candle touches the high
yeah,
and just like touch the high, I mean, like it might weak out, it is still a good trade, right? Even if it should weak
even
out.
yes, because remember we said price could come and touch here. So if price comes back
Yeah.
and closes above here, right, and you are not in any trade, you could take the buy to up here, right? But remember, the daily candle is pushing price lower. So you're
Lower.
expecting to sell when price reaches this area, because price is being pushed down by the 1 hour candle. So unless we have some market that's closing above the high of yesterday, price is going to go down. So price might want to do a weak fill before it goes lower. And for that weak fill, for it to go lower, then you know that that weak fill will be around, because this is our last bullish candle before price went down. So when you go on your daily time frame, so price, that means price might want to reach this level right here before it goes lower.
Down.
So as long as it does not close above yesterday's high, it's going down. That would give us.
Okay. So, I want to ask. So all what I should just be focusing on is the candle closure, right?
The
I
candle
should not
close.
really focus on the week.
Yeah, the candle closure, exactly where the candle closed. The wick does not. The wick was there to give you maybe even a trade, a wick fill trade, but those are very easy trades. Wick fill trades should be something that you target all the time, but it's the candle closure. If you look at this candle that just closed right now, you see this candle that just closed right now, it's bearish, but the candle didn't close below the previous candle. If you can see that.
Yes.
What is that? What is that telling you?
It's telling me that there's a chance of, like, since the candle doesn't just made the way and closes above, it's telling that there's a chance of price going up a little bit, if I'm right.
So yeah, in a way, there's a chance that price might go to retest the high again for it to go lower. We're saying it's going to retest the high again because it didn't close below the previous low, right? But it can go lower because it closed bearish, right? So there's that A. There's
Yeah.
B. Price might just give us a lower wick. Price might give us a lower wick, right? And then push higher because it didn't close below our previous low. So in that case, you wait and see what the next 30-minute candle is going to give you. So if the next 30-minute candle, let's go on the 30-minute time frame, right? If the next 30-minute candle, right, comes all the way down to give us a wick fill and then pulls back up and closes above this low, then you know price is trying to push higher before it goes down, if it's going to go down. All right. But if price when goes higher and then comes back to close below this low, then price is now pushing down, because look at this. On the 1 hour time frame, price is creating higher lows, right? We have the low, this could be potentially another low because price put back above, so that might mean price, that's another low. And if this is another low, it's only a matter of time before price closes
Price
above.
creates another low.
Exactly, another new higher low.
Hmm.
And if it keeps doing that, then price might reach here before it goes down. Remember, we said where is momentum? See, we have bearish candles. We have
Yeah.
this is a ranging that's going up. If it's ranging going up, then pressure might just give us more bearish more big bearish candles. So it's only reading the candlesticks. You just have to read the candlesticks. Because now
Wow.
this is an impulse move, a clear impulse move. This is clearly a correction. Because if it was an impulse move, we wouldn't have candlesticks next to each other. This looks like a correction move. And if it looks like a correction move, our sweet spot is around this area. And that sweet spot might even work because people will sell and put their stop loss somewhere above this area. So if they know that, they will definitely want to come, take out the stop losses, and then go down.
I will try to analyze the chart now and see. So maybe by tomorrow we'll do another session. Anytime you're free, you can just let me know.
Yeah, definitely.
At least.
So do your markups on the weekly and daily and show me, and then I'll tell
Okay.
and then I'll tell you what to fix, or if it's good or not.
Okay. So now if I want to start on the daily, right, I should just mark up the high and the low of the previous candle.
Exactly.
Of the previous day's candle, right?
Exactly. Like if you look at this area, if we go on the daily right now,
Yeah.
right, I would mark it up like this. If this is the daily time frame, I would put the high, I would put the low, and then I would put this high, because that's the high that price is respected on all of these candlesticks.
Yeah.
And I would highlight daily high, daily low, and high that has been respected. That means it's an area of interest. So on my 4-hour time frame, my zones are all highlighted. Now, when I go on the 4-hour time frame, I'm just adjusting this high so that it's not cutting through candlesticks to put it around here. See how it all goes in line. Remember, we had this high marked up already. It all goes in line. So on the 1-hour time frame, we're now only adding, okay, now these will be highlighted, so I know these are important areas. Now we're just adding, okay, we also have another low right here. So we want price, this will be your first signal. Remember, for price to change the trend, it has to break 2 supports or 2 resistance. This is your first signal, first confirmation. This is the second and final confirmation the price is going down. So I'll highlight this as my target. This is my target. First, if you enter here, first target, second I would even put second target. Let's see. I would even put second target right here. You know why I'm saying second target right there? I mean third target,
Is it
right?
not too close to the first
It is
target?
it is too close, but if you are to look at this price action right here, look at this. Price closed here, right? And then the new candle
Yeah.
opened, but it still put back up. And then the next candle that opened, it still came down to this area before it went higher. That means this is a very interesting area. So for price to want to go down all the way to this area, it's going to have to
It
break
has to
this area,
be.
this
Wow.
area. So if
Hmm.
it does, if
It
huh?
Yeah, I just wanted to say it took years, numbers of years for you to, because I didn't even notice it. I mean, the second support.
You didn't
So it
notice it
took
also,
years
right?
of practice. What?
Exactly. You didn't notice it also, right?
Yeah, I didn't. Not
Mhm.
until you explained it.
Yeah. So
Wow.
if even this area, the reason why I was saying if price wants to go down, it's gonna have to break this area. You see how many wicks are around that area.
Yeah.
So price might break, touch this area, and quickly pull back and close above this area. So I would say my second TP right here was for price to break this. So the clear price action. And for clear price action to be filled, there have to be a big break around this area. Yeah, so I would say this would be final target. Or second target, then you quickly put your stop loss on break even for the other trade and wait to see if price will give you another entry if it hits stop loss on break even.
Well, for now, all this hidden zones, I won't really be able to see them. I can only mark the ones that you've explained to me properly.
Nah,
So maybe as time goes on, I will begin to understand these is in hidden zones.
yeah, definitely. We'll do it a little bit more often so that you understand properly. But I think that's good. That's good for today.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I will mark up chat and then I will send it to you on Telegram for you to help me to confirm. Then
Okay.
I will try to give it a little bit of explanation and what my bias would be. So you will see if I'm wrong or right.
Okay, I want you to tell me a story about the candlesticks that are forming. That's what I want you to tell me. So
You mean
all of this information that you are being told by the candlesticks, that's what I want you to tell me. The zones are just there for us to confirm. That's it. Because right now I can even tell you. Look at this. This is a peak formation. Peak formation, impulse, correction, or range for the next impulse. So that's why price has a high chance of coming here. It will give us a stop and high for it to go lower because people have stop losses
oh,
around this area. So they want to take those stop losses
yeah.
before. See, I don't even have zones, but I can see that that's what's going on. I don't even need zones. I just know that I need to put somewhere my sell limit around somewhere this area. That's it. For price to go lower.
Wow. Well, I
Yeah.
think I understand a little bit now, but I'll try to. Like I said, I'll try to mark up chart and send it to you. Maybe tomorrow when you're less busy. Anytime.
All
I
right.
don't mind it. I don't mind. Anytime you're less busy, you can just let me know.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Because right now I'm not really working. So, like I told you, I'm preparing. So I have to I don't hopefully maybe this month, but I don't really know. But
All right.
that is what I was told. So I just want to try to gather as much knowledge as I can because if I should go once I am back to be difficult, for me to be coming online every time.
Yeah, yeah, I
So
understand.
I just want to try to gather enough knowledge that I can while I still have access so that once I go back I'll be able to work on it, and start, and be so that you can be proud of me.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I think that's all for today. So do those charts and then send them to me.
Okay, I will. I will. I will. Thank you so much.
All right, you're
Thank you
welcome.
so much for taking your time
This was
out for
fun.
me.
You see what I was telling
Yeah.
you. You see what I was telling you about Wickfield. Easy trade.
Yeah. It's
Easy trade. This will be the easiest trade ever.
wow. I will still try. I will still, well, it takes more, like for you now, it takes a practice of 4 years before you were able to totally understand it. So
Oh, I didn't have anyone guiding me, so it had to take long.
yeah, but well,
See?
the thing is,
He said the thing
the
is,
I said the thing is, you at the end, the 4 years was not in vain. You
yes,
understand?
yes.
So you sacrificed, and you actually got what you worked for. I mean, what you wanted. So it was not in vain, and
Ye-
you are using it to change lives as well. So it's
Yes,
really
yes.
it's really so nice.
You see, it met the weak field and it put back up.
So I want to ask you something. This weak field, is it just like is it like what is it called, filling up imbalance or correcting imbalance?
No, a week is a range. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know, like
Yes.
I know,
Yeah.
but
If a week is a range, what happens when we have a range? If price goes high, it has to go. If we have a range, let's say this is our range, right? If price goes
yeah.
high, it hits a resistance. It's gonna want to go low. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
if price closed the way that it did here, that means price hit a low. What is it going to want to do? Hit a high. Weak
Hmm.
fill. That's where the weak fill comes. I will teach you more on that. But watch my video on how to trade weak fills and you understand more.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes.
I will. I will.
All right.
Thank you so much. Have
All
a
right.
nice day.
All right. You
You
too.
too.
You too.
Bye.